this is TMI. It's like embarrassing to even be this vulnerable, but you know, we're vulnerable on the Gabby Fe podcast. I literally was in love with this man, and from day one of our relationship, he was lying to me. I didn't find out until I broke up with him, I don't know, 8 months later or something like that. And when he didn't, like, when I broke up with him, and it was like kind of like that breakup, but like we still like each other thing. But then I was like really broken up when he like got, like when he went with the next girl like 2 weeks later after like being with me for like months. I'm like, okay, if you can get over me that quick, obviously I wasn't that important to you. So like I started to like get over him, started to put myself out there and date other people.
Yeah.
6 months later, he comes back. He calls me and proposes marriage to me on the phone.
Excuse me?
Proposes marriage to me on the phone. and literally with no ring. Like, and I fell for it.
On the phone?
On the phone. Who proposes on the phone?
Right.
Like,
right.
Literally, who proposes on the phone? So then I literally was like, oh, okay, yes. I was like swept up with emotions, you know, big Scorpio.
Oh my God, babe.
Embarrassing. Like I told you, this is like embarrassing, but I'm saying it. So like I said yes for a millisecond. I said yes because I was like, oh, like I was swept up in the emotion. I was like, this is cool. So I was like, okay, one of the issues we've had in our relationship is that you're not consistent. Like I said, I didn't know he was a liar at that point, because lying that's like a big deal breaker. But at this point, we were breaking up because he was so inconsistent with me. He wouldn't call me once a day. I'll ask once a day, text me once a day, let me know you're alive. He'll go 3 to 5 days without contact. And like, if you're going no contact for 3 to 5 days, who are you spending your time with, sir? Like, who are you with that you can't bother to like give me a phone call or send me a text in 3 to 5 days? Like, that is crazy to me. So I was like, when he asked me to marry him, I was like, okay, but like, you need to be consistent about, you know, you calling me, right? He's like, yeah, I definitely will, whatever. So I was on my way to the gym. It was like maybe 6 p.m. And I was like, okay, I will be done with the gym by 8:30. Call me then. He's like, I will call you at 8:30. We get off the phone. I get back after the gym to my house. 8:30 comes, don't hear from him. 9, I'm texting him like, hello, like, what's going on? I give him a call. He doesn't answer. I was like, you know what? You're just reminding me why I broke up with you in the first place. I'm done. I blocked his number. The next morning, 6 a.m. And I love my sleep. I don't like getting up before the sun gets up. 6 a.m. I'm getting blown up, like my phone with random numbers I don't even recognize. I don't even know, like 5 different random numbers just calling. And I was like, it must be him because I blocked his number. So I finally pick up and was like, yeah, what do you want? And he's like, oh, you blocked me, and like I was eating dinner with my mom last night, and that's why I didn't call you, and blah blah. I was like, so you couldn't call me after? You couldn't send me a text, say, hey, I'm busy right now, I'll call you in a bit? You couldn't do any of that? You just decided not to call me and then blow up my phone at 6 a.m. when I'm sleeping? Sir, no. So after that, I was done with him, and I was like, just don't, like, stop calling me. 2 months later, now this is like done. Like 2 months later, I've already forgotten you, because I had already stopped talking for 6 months. It was just like that one emotional fake marriage proposal phone call. So 2 months after that, he calls me and basically was like, so now that I know that you're officially done with me and you're not going to give me another chance, I thought I would tell you the truth. I was cheating on you the whole time.
Oh my God.
And I lied to you about where I was living, and I lied to you about, and he did this on FaceTime so he could see my facial expression.
Oh my God.
He did this on FaceTime so he could see my facial expression. And I tried so hard not to give them the satisfaction of a shocked facial. I tried so hard to not give him the satisfaction. I not want to give this man the satisfaction of a facial expression. So I tried so hard to hold it, but you know, like, everything shows up on my face. I could not hold it. So I was like, oh. I was so angry. And then I was like, the utter shock that I was in. I was like, because this was like, you know, I was in love with this man. We were like on and off for like, I don't know, a year and a half or something like that. So to get all of this information 8 months after I fully broke up with him, minus the fake proposal, this was like done. Like, I had already dated other people. I was like, he was not in my hemisphere at that time. So when he told me all of that, I was like, you did this for you. You didn't do this for me. You did this to get a clear conscience, to get this off, this load, this weight that you've been holding off of your shoulders. You did this so that you can feel better. You didn't do this for me. You weren't telling me the truth in this manner for me. You were telling me the truth because you knew that you're a shitty person and you couldn't live with yourself anymore from all the lies that you were telling me. And goodbye, sir, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And it was just like the audacity. 1, 2, I was just in utter shock that I didn't know that he was lying the entire relationship. I just felt disgusted. And ever since then, this man will find another random number to call me to try to get back in my good graces.
Are you serious?
Oh, I'm dead ass.
No.
He's obsessed. These men are obsessed. And I'm just like, get a life, honey. Like, this is not happening. And then he like, I think after that, because like we were friends, you know, like Scorpios, we get really deep with people that they see as that they want to be in our lives, even if it doesn't work out romantically, because we're good friends, we're good partners, we're good homies, we're good lovers, like we're honest with people. And I feel like that, like it was something that he lacked in his life, he didn't have from anybody else. So he only had that relationship with me. And when I didn't want anything to do with him, he just could not take that as an answer. So he would always come back. And he still does come back. Like a couple months ago, he called me and he was like from a random number and he was like, hey, yeah, I'll be in LA like next week. I want to see you. And I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. Okay, bye. And I blocked the number because he's delusional. Like he is literally insane at this point. I can't even like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just like play along and then block the number again because he's at this point you're deranged. Like please leave me alone, sir. You know? And I'm just like, you know, it's just ridiculous. It gets ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm sorry that happened and that it is still happening in your life, that this fool thinks that he can enter your space, you know, uninvited. That's ridiculous. But wow.
So sad.
Yeah.
And like, oh, even before that, so I forgot before this last couple months, so after that phone call where he told me the truth about what he was lying, like he was like, and okay, have you ever been in a situation where someone told you the truth and they had been lying to you for a while, but as soon as they told you the truth, you had flashbacks to all the moments that he lied? Like this man was telling me this and I literally had so many flashbacks of all the moments where it didn't make sense. And now that he told the truth, it makes sense. I was like, wow, that's why that happened. And that's why that happened. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm connecting dots. Yeah. And I'm just like, this makes sense now. You're a liar. And it makes sense. Like now that you told the truth. And I remember this one conversation when we were together. He was telling me something. Oh, he was like, Gabby, like, you know, this is like, I guess this is when he was falling in love. He's like, I really value you as a person. I really value our relationship. And even if we don't end up being together, I want us to be friends forever kind of deal. And I was like, okay, but like, what makes you say that? Like, why would you say that? And he's like, I just, you know, is there any reason, I don't know why, like, this is like, he said, is there any reason why you would stop being friends with me? You would get me out of your life. You would stop having any kind of relationship with me or anything to do with me. Is there anything that I could do that would make you cut me off like forever for good? I said, if you lie to me, like if you lie, and I'm not talking about little lies, I'm like, whatever, but this was a big lie. This was like, the whole relationship is a lie. It's like a man telling you he had a second family the whole time that you were married to him kind of lie. It was a big lie. And I was like, if you lie to me like that, I could not have you in my life because I live my life by the truth. In anything and everything that I do, I'm honest, I'm truthful. I don't care the consequences. I will be honest. I will be truthful. That's the kind of person I am. That's how I was raised. And this is important to me. This is a core value that you cannot break because it will be a deal breaker. I cannot deal with liars. I said it to him like that.
Yeah.
You know, he still lied.
Lies gonna lie.
And then he had the nerve to come back a year after we broke up and literally try to get back with me. And I was like, did you not hear me the first time? you're a liar and I don't date liars. Okay? Like, no.
If it's meant to be, then it'll be a love song.